Hello guys, this is we, and today we are going to talk about Go, Postgres, and how to connect them. Wow, this is one of my favorite topics, when it comes to building backends. So this is one of the ways you can actually build backend in 2018, and it is way more exciting. Okay, so just before I start the tutorial and all the kind of exercises, I just want you guys let you know that this is not a beginner level course for Go or Postgres. This is sort of like an intermediate course or series where I won't be talking about the beginning aspects of Go or Postgres, but I'm going to talk about how you guys can communicate using Go to Postgres. Means how you guys can build backend where you're writing all of your model logic in Go, but actually you are pushing data to Postgres. So just mind that if you don't have enough knowledge about Go or Postgres, you guys can just research it out, see other tutorial series and everything. And if you think, or if you want me to go through that, just let me know and I'll build videos for you about Go or Postgres. No worry at all. Okay, so what is Go? Now if you guys reach here, right, then it means that you are familiar with the Go and all the advantages of the Go. So I actually don't want to tell you because you already know that, but I just want to say that it's amazing, it's modern, and it's here to stay, and it's a long time based prepared programming language which is planned really good for the long term staying in the industry. If you're learning Go, I think you're at the right place and on the right career choice you made. And other thing is Postgres. Okay, what is Postgres now? It's a database, right? It's been here like almost forever, I guess. And well, it's again one of the most used open source database when it comes to SQL in the world. It's competing with Oracle and MS SQL and all those kind of things. But one of the important thing is Postgres provides way many features that any other database in the whole world. Postgres is SQL database, but it has support for key value stores. It has support for JSON related things, BSON related things. I mean, it's amazing. They have search text based searching inbuilt inside, so I think it should be really good. But in this tutorial we are not going to go that advanced. We are just going to see how we can leverage Go and Postgres to build simple models and based on that backend. So any language, any programming language you use, right, you actually need some way to communicate with the database. Now you can actually not write your wire protocols by hand. So for that you have libraries. Some people have contributed. Well, fortunately in Go there are a lot of libraries when it comes to Postgres. Go even has official support for all the SQL databases. Still there are a few ORMs and everything which are really popular. So one of them is GoRM, which I'm not going to talk about because it's generalized ORM for Postgres, MySQL and MS SQL and all other kind of databases, right? So they are actually opting out other features, so that I actually don't like. If you want to build ORM, right, it should be perfect and it should be concentrated toward one thing. And GoPG is one of the ORM that I like to use on my day-to-day work when I use Go and Postgres because it is concentrated toward Postgres. It doesn't give a damn about MySQL or MS SQL. Why? Because, well, Postgres is being used way more than those databases. I mean, MySQL is again one of the popular choice of people when they're building where they build database backends. So this is PG, which is sort of like ORM for Golang and Postgres. It provides some added performance, so it's really good. Features, well, they have all the basic support for when it comes to the serializing packets or serializing types from Go to Postgres. So you don't need to worry about anything else. They also provide table to struct mapping. So if you can just write struct and it will get converted to table automatically, so you don't need to manage all those kind of things. And yeah, they have other support for edge store also. They have a good support for transaction prepared statements. They have a support for notification, which is kind of like unique, because let's see how it pans out. Actually, we'll see in the future. You will love it. That's what I think. And they have support for timeouts, and connection pooling is also there. And they have on conflict, which is like new feature that came out in Postgres for like 9.3 9.4, which is sort of like upset operation. If insert fails, you can actually write another query which will run when in the case of insert fails. Yeah, so they have bulk insert update deletes, which is really good. And they have support for migration and sharding, which will also be looking into in the future. So this is like sort of like a driver, and this is how it works. And I think we should get started then, without, I think, wasting your time.